Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to see you all here, and to all the people watching all over the world, and especially the patients and caregivers. I just want to give you my annual virtual hug, and I'm just think about you all the time, and I'm so moved by your suffering and by your stamina and your courage and your strength and the love that is in this community of all the people taking care of people who are so sick. And so I want to just welcome that and have everyone just think about how amazing it is in such a neglected disease that we have such dedicated people taking care of everyone and building networks and really supporting each other. I also want to suggest, since there's people here who are sensitive to sound, that if you want to clap like this instead of making noise, are there people here who would appreciate that? Raise your hand. Nobody? Okay, there are enough. If you want to do that, even if a few people do it, it might help. So I'm here to bring a message for Whitney, which has been on the internet before, but I just want to tell you about it. It was just before Severe ME Awareness Day, he was on Ativan, so he was able to look at me and pantomime, and I asked him if he had a message for patients, and he closed his eyes and thought about it for a long time, and then he started pantomiming to me word by word this precise message, and it was hard for him because the words are often abstract. So the first word is the universe, and he did a world, and he pointed to things all around his room, and I was saying world and earth, and then he's pointing everywhere, and I'm saying curtains and wall and ceiling, and finally he's just like, and he goes like that, making a U with his fingers, and I was like, universe. So that took a while just for that first word, and a lot of the words were like that, but he just persisted, and then he was able to look at it, and he moved some of the words around and the sentences around till he got exactly what he wanted, and this was his message to all of you. The universe is always changing. Everything can change in a moment. You never know what will happen in the future. Never stop fighting. I'm fighting with you. If you feel like giving up, give it to me. I will carry it for you. So that's from Whitney to all of you. And I've had posters of this made, and I have one for each one of you. And here's the poster. The picture is a picture I took through the keyhole of his fist fighting, and to me it's just symbolizing him fighting, all by himself in a room, which many of you do, especially those of you watching by live stream. You're there by yourself fighting. And I have this I want everybody to be able to have one of these that wants one, so I'm we'll send the high resolution version of it to anyone who asks for it, and maybe all the ME Actions and MECFS groups all over the world, so they can print it out and make these for anyone who would like them. Right now I have enough for maybe a little more than one per person, and they'll be on the table in the entry there. So I just want to thank you again for being here, and just say that stay strong. Whitney really believes that his dad is Superman, as his playlist said, and what he means by Superman is not that he can solve this all by himself, but he's a person who can bring together amazing people who will be able to solve it, and that's what we're doing here. And Ron is very proud that of all his colleagues, whenever he's asked anyone to help him, every single one of them has always said yes. And so he's really bringing together amazing people to help everyone get better. And we're hoping and praying that that day is soon. And I have to also tell you that whatever Ron does, whenever he's thinking about and the advisory board, whenever they're thinking about what should be funded and what should happen, He's always thinking about what is the essential thing to do to make this research go faster, to get something that will help patients. So this is not just about, oh, this is interesting, let's do this research, or that will get us a cool research paper. This is about, is this a strategic thing that we need to do to make things happen faster? And he's doing things slightly different than regular research. And I'm confident that that's going to get us answers sooner than if he wasn't doing that. So I'm very grateful that his whole life has sort of prepared him for this amazing challenge to save his son and our son and everyone who's suffering from this disease. Thank you. That's my own baby. I'd like to next introduce Ashley Haugen, who's been the coordinator and event planner for this whole event, all these 3 days. She's the event planner for the Collaborative Research Center at Stanford, and she's just done such an amazing job with all the details, all the days, and she will be running this today too. Ashley.